You know what time it is. Man, it's Wednesday, the best damn day of the week. It is OSD, Obsessive Sneaker Disorder. This is episode 311, Born to Lead. We don't follow no one. We always run and rule the pack. So this is OSD episode 311. Hopefully you're ready to rock out with us, the Sole Doctors and Disorderlies. Man, we know where you want to be each and every week is with us, and that is right here in the big house, in the big seat. It is OSD. Thanks for tuning in as you do each and every week. Man, we got a show in store for you. We're talking ladies, we're talking footwear, we're talking all that good stuff that you, the disorderlies, want to know about. And more importantly, how sneakers are marketed to the women, to the female sneaker fiends. And hopefully later on in the show, we're going to have some females from the disorderlies as well as the Sole Doctors jumping in, share their opinion, their take on this thing that we call footwear. But in the meantime, it is Wednesday, July 2nd, 2014, and you better walk good. So let's get straight to it. Let's go from the Boston and Worcester, Central Mass to Beantown. He's representing for the Red Sox, and even though I live in Massachusetts, I cannot root for those Medias Rojas. Nonetheless, the one and only Mr. Jesse. What's up, sir?
Yes. How we doing, disorderlies, this evening? As you
We're
can
good.
See, I'm repping Sox all the time.
Absolutely.
OST Live. I'm about to put it in for you, give you that information to feed your soul. Peace to D and Sean for putting us on like usual.
Absolutely. We always have to keep it live. Keep it live. Keep it live. You know.
That's how we have the conversation. That's how we do it.
Man. So it's hot, steamy, muggy. We had a thunderstorm roll through up here. What's happening in the good old Pacific Northwest, though, sir?
Summertime is here, man. This Friday is July 4th. July 4th, it is officially summertime, so therefore we're getting 80, 90-degree weather on the regular. Get up, it's nice and cool. When you go in the midday, it gets up to like 90s, and at the evening, it gets a little cool, so you can have those barbecues and hang out and drink this good Portland beer, connect with people, enjoy these beautiful sunsets and all this greenery. So we're in the thick of it right now. It's a good time to be out here in the Pacific Northwest.
Yeah. I'm a fan of your Instagram page. I don't like all the celebration going on out here. I like all this backyard, Corona-looking.
Exactly.
Come celebrate with me type stuff you've been putting up on IG lately.
I'm zoning in on my photography, getting my key shots, and letting everybody know what Pacific Northwest life is like. You know, it's not all hippies and tattoos and weird. You know what I mean? We live a quality life over here. There is a lot of naked bike riders, though.
You said there is a lot of naked bike riders.
Hey, nothing wrong with that.
There's a lot of nakedness periods in Portland, so you know what I'm saying? You should just
really?
Yeah.
Well, what's up with that? Because, you know, Paper did share a picture a couple weeks ago, and I was like, yeah, that's how y'all get down out in the, in the PDX?
Yeah.
It's, it's free out here. You know what I mean? It is what it is. That's my flesh. That's my body. That's how I get down. You know, it's just, you got to roll with it.
Man, all you say, you just say that. All I could think is KRS-One song. I mean, come on. The girls are free. I mean, come on. That's all I can think about right now.
That's a great song to think about because that's exactly how it goes down.
Man.
We're not doing that crack rock right now. We slanging them cakes, so
Oh man.
The girlies is free, but the cakes cost money. Oh yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yay.
Man.
But it's live out here, you know what I mean? I'm going to be pumping PDX for as long as can be. I really enjoy it out here. It's good times. The people are cool, and, I'm looking to get into the scene a little more out here this summer. But they enjoy their kicks. They enjoy their good beer. They'll enjoy their old school music, classics, you know what I'm saying? So it's always a good vibe, you know what I mean? Not a lot of hostility out here.
Word.
Absolutely. Well, let's go straight from the PDX to the BKLYN. He is the one and only Dr. Paper Chaser. Boom. Boom. Salute, salute, salute.
What up, Sole Doctors Disorderlies, folks listening and watching and viewing around the world. Welcome to episode number 311. As D. Wells told you, it's called Born to Lead. And we're here this week with an interesting topic that I think probably doesn't get addressed enough. So it's going to be a pretty well-versed and discussed topic tonight in regards to how sneaker companies are marketing to women. So hopefully in a little bit we'll get a few more folks to pop on and share their comments through social media, and we'll be able to weigh in on that on top of some of the information that we'll be able to share with you guys. So welcome to episode number 311 of the OG Sneaker Talk Show, the most dangerous sneaker talk show on the planet, Obsessive Sneaker Disorder. We live, just ask APL.
Man, what are they running? Okay, no, I can't go down that road.
We need to
we do need to get them though,
gentlemen.
Yes, sir.
We give everyone else a late pass. We need to get into the results of today's trading.
Yeah, man.
Footwear stocks that we watch and publish the results for every day, Monday through Friday, I should say, every business day. A lot of red today, gentlemen. A lot of red.
Okay.
So Nike finished today at $77.79, down 21 cents per share. Skechers finished at $45.18 per share, down 72 cents per share. VF Corporation, Vanity Fair Corporation, parent company for Vans, Timberland, North Face, etc., finished at $63.05 per share, down 32 cents per share. Under Armour, who has been doing pretty well lately and speculated to reach a target of $65 per share, as some analysts report. They finished at $59.26 per share, down $1.02 per share on the day. Deckers Outdoor, parent company for Uggs, finished at $86.06 per share, down 71 cents per share. Foot Locker Incorporated finished at $51.41 per share, down 19 cents per share. And Adidas AG on the OTC market finished at $50.37 per share, down 15 cents per. On the ETR market over in Europe, Puma AG finished at 207.65 in euros, down 110 per share. And back stateside on the NASDAQ, we got eBay finishing at $50.55 per share, up 5 cents per share. And last but not least, Finish Line Incorporated finishing at $29.94 per share, down 59 cents per share. So for those of you who are keeping score, 9 out of the 10 stocks that we watch and publish results for every day took a loss today. 9 out of the 10 took a loss. Only one who was up was eBay. So in the related articles, again, for those who do not know, you're now aware, every day, Monday through Friday, we publish the results of these same stocks that I read off on Facebook in the OSD group, on Google+, and also on Twitter. So you'll see on the far right of the graph that shows you how those stocks performed on the day, you'll see some related news articles that can kind of give you some guidance on why some of these companies and their stock have done the way they've done on the day's trading. So 2 articles that stand out today, as they're listed, alphabetically, like I said, on the far right side. Article number A, VF Corporation has a lab to study the way you shop. That is courtesy of the Greensboro News and Record. That was published on June 30th. And Article B, Nike, Adidas, and VF Corporation are all potential bidders for Lululemon, analysts have reported, and that was back in the Oregonian on June 19th. So, once again, every day, every business day, Monday through Friday, we report the results of these 10 stocks that we, the Sole Doctors and Disorderlies, watch and invest in, and we urge you to invest in by simply just foregoing a couple of these overhyped releases that you're not going to keep and you're just going to sell them next week anyway.
True.
If you save some of that money, we can show you exactly how to put a little bit down and invest in some of these same footwear stocks so that you can win on both sides of the experience. So once again, every day, Monday through Friday, we are the only ones on the internet who cover the results of these 10 stocks. Catch it in Facebook, on the OSD group, catch it on Twitter, and you can also catch it on Google+.
Absolutely. So, and paper.
What do you guys think? Yes, sir?
We were talking about, I'm going to add, not going to add, but we were talking about this off air, actually last week, because they had a big, initial public offering. And they made some big news, and they're actually still making some big news. And they're not a footwear company, but we're talking about GoPro. Remember us having that conversation about GoPro going public, sharing video, but more importantly, getting consumers to be their best marketing. Yep. And their stock, when they came out the gate, they came out the gate at $41.53. I mean, they hit a high at one point, of $48.80. They were down today, down a little bit, but closing out at $42.04. So that's one of those kind of peripheral stocks I want to keep an eye on, because the GoPro, people know them for their cameras, yes, and they actually put out they actually do make some great hardware. They make some great cameras, these point of view cameras. But GoPro is trying to get into the entertainment and streaming business, which is going to have a direct effect. We're seeing it in sports. We're seeing it in BMX riding, skateboarding, and stuff like that. For the first time, we haven't seen it yet. Like here we have the FIFA World Cup. No one's put a GoPro on, say, a Tim Howard or a Messi or anyone like that. But at some point, we know it's going to happen. At some point, I agree. We're going to see point of view, what the athlete is seeing, what he or she is seeing and experiencing in live, real time, on the field, playing court, whatever have you. So, again, we're going to put GoPro on the side, right over here. We're going to look at that. Their stock, GPRO, GoPro. They're trading on the NASDAQ. Okay.
I don't want to share what I heard just yet. In relation to that.
Should we buy? You know what? We've been bullshitting for a while. So at some point, and we know people have hit us up about starting the OSD Invest Club. So maybe at some point this summer, we need to make that happen.
I agree. I've always put it out there. You've always put it out there. We've always put it out there collectively. I guess people need to see my face instead of me being behind the bar graph when I say this. But if you're watching the show now or watching later, we are dead serious about galvanizing a movement of people to invest in footwear-related stocks and investing in this industry. Not only do we care about the future talent that comes up in designs in this industry, but we also care about making sure that you guys are smarter consumers, you guys start your own businesses, or you guys find a way to get involved in the corporate side of the athletic footwear business. Again, we're this company is one of very few who have those goals in mind for everyone. So we're not just blowing smoke for the last 2.5 years when we're publishing the results of these stocks. We really want people to invest. And now I get and understand the comparisons that some people have actually had conversations with me about in regards to a sneaker flip being more profitable than certain stocks. But that's not what we hear the argument that the newspapers and everybody's covering and putting that slant on it these days. But the truth be told, there's more longevity in being a shareholder in a company, and actually there's a little more power for you in that than being able to just use the cash and get a quick flip. And the only way to really understand what we mean when we say that and understand what that experience is like of being a shareholder in a company is you have to invest.
Right.
Being a consumer, with the age of social media and everything, that gets you, a certain type of voice. But being a shareholder, you'll be amazed at what type of voice that gets you. So we urge people really to consider just 1 or 2 releases a year. I mean, these sneaker companies are putting out so many releases in the course of 1 year. If you just let 2 of them go, like, I don't need that. I don't need that. That
Right.
money you save right there, we'll show you how to get on a path to a totally different experience in the athletic footwear industry. So
I'm going to throw my 2 cents on this real quick because I come from retail. And this goes out to every kid, young person, 20 to 25 right now that's in a retail store selling kicks every day. 10%, 3 to 4% of your check should be going to the stock of the company you work for or one of the retail brands that you're selling every day. Trust me, you work hard, you get people to buy those shoes, they like your style, they like your charisma, and they buy from you. You have to make sure that money is going back in your pocket so that when you hit 30, you got that down payment for a house. Been there. Trust me.
word up.
2%. 2%. That's $40 a check. It's not a lot of money. You blow that money on the train every day. You blow that money eating out or eating lunch 5 times a week, $5. There you go, 25, 40 bucks. Trust
Yes,
me.
sir.
Use that money, yo. Use it.
The Queen A the Great has joined us. Welcome.
Shalom.
Shalom. How are you today?
I'm good. I just saw 22 Jump Street, and it was hilarious.
Wow.
So I'm really envious.
You liked it?
Yes, it was funny.
Okay.
Jesse, I'm really envious of how organized you are back there. I'm really gonna need you right now because my closet is a hot ass mess.
Oh.
Well, as you know, I got a little time on my hands, but to be honest with you, the love affair has just kind of just been sitting there lately, so gotta keep it right.
I mean, that's fine. Just come to Brooklyn. That's all I'm saying.
Man, I might not make it back. Shoot. But thank you for the invite.
No problem.
All right. So today, before we get into anything else, we got a lot of events to cover, ladies and gents. So we're just gonna call the roll on them. Wells, you there?
Yes, sir. I am.
You can give me the assist, if possible, by illustrating on screen.
Absolutely.
With me calling the roll on these events.
Yep. We're going to do that. We're going to do that.
First up, we're talking PENSOLE World Sneaker Championships. The new dates are July 21st to August 22nd. A few months ago, we reported on Dwayne Edwards and the PENSOLE Footwear Design Academy creating the World Sneaker Championship, where 1 or 2 designers from various regions and countries on the planet would win a spot to compete in this championship, taking place at the PENSOLE Footwear Design Academy in Portland, Oregon. And the new dates, due to some delays and changes where the location was changed back to Dwayne's home base as opposed to New York, the new dates are July 21st to August 22nd. We're looking forward to having Dwayne on very shortly, in the very near future, better way to say it, so that he can give us some detail on exactly how that's going to play out on July 21st and who's in and etc. So stay tuned for that. You want more info on what the PENSOLE Footwear Design Academy is all about? You got skills with the number 2 pencil and a blank sheet of paper. PENSOLE Footwear Design Academy is for you. So you need to get over to pensole.com, PENSOLE.com, or you can head over to mesh, MESH01.com, mesh01.com. And trust me, it has changed quite a few lives, the PENSOLE Footwear Design Academy program, and there's quite a few people that have come out of that program that are currently working for about 16 or 17 different footwear brands in the industry. So if you've been on the fence, get off it. and unhook your shirt because your shirt's probably hooked on it too because you jumped off so quick. So once again, PENSOLE World Sneaker Championship dates July 21st to August 22nd. Next up, this one we forgot about, D. Wells, but it's back on radar for us.
Okay.
Shout out to George Keel over in Austin, Texas.
Nice.
Family. He is doing the first annual Kick and Roll Classic in Austin, Texas on July 12th. Man, this event is one of those events where I wish I would have thought of that, because it's basically a 3-on-3 basketball tournament where not only do you register your team, but the footwear that each team wears is registered too.
Oh, word. Nice.
And it sort of becomes two competitions in one, based on the footwear and based on how the teams perform, 3-on-3 against each other. He's got a lot of support. It's dope. To be frankly honest, I wish we weren't so busy where we weren't able to participate in this, because I really wish we were part of this, but next year we are in there. George, trust me. This is super dope. So the Kick and Roll Classic is going down again in Austin, Texas on July 12th. If you want more info on that, I don't have an exact link ready at the moment. D. Wells may, but if not, it's all good.
I'll find it.
Head over to nicekicks.com and find all the info you need on the Kick and Roll Classic. All right? Dope event. George, wishing you the best with that, man, because that shit is just nuts. I can't wait. Event number 3, taking place in my yard, if you will, Fort Greene, Brooklyn, July 19th. Fresher than your average sneaker event / battle returns to Brooklyn. FTYA, as most know it, returns to Brooklyn, Fort Greene section of Brooklyn on July 19th. You want more info on that, head over to FTYA. Head over to FTYAevent.com. Once again, that's going down in Brooklyn, Fort Greene section of Brooklyn, the hottest neighborhood in New York City right now, based on everyone from everywhere trying to come and live here. Bike racks everywhere, hipsters everywhere, beer gardens everywhere. July 19th, it goes down at the Irondale Ensemble Center, so right smack in the heart of Fort Greene, a couple of blocks behind, literally, not the fake couple of blocks, literally a couple of blocks away from the Barclays Center. So, hope to see y'all there. Get your tickets and your vendor info and everything over at FTYAevent.com. And, of course, we got 2 more on the roll. We got the one that runs the summer. Remember back in the days, D. Wells, where there was events that ran, songs that ran the summer?
Oh, man.
The entire summer.
Exactly.
Jesse, you remember that?
Oh, hell yeah.
We had one song that ran the entire summer. I think one year it was Eric B. for president.
Dude, remember when Dr. Dre dropped? Remember when 2001 dropped? God. It was a different song every week for the whole summer.
Yeah, well, his album ran the entire summer. But remember that we had that one song? So we got that one sneaker event that runs the summer, and it returns on July 27th, which I believe is a Sunday, correct?
Yes, it is.
And we're talking
24 days away.
We're talking, the H-Town Sneaker Summit, July 27th, Sunday, Houston, Texas. It goes down once again the way it always goes down, really big in Texas. You know what it is. Make sure you head over to sneakersummit.com and get all your details on travel, hotel, discounts, vendor tables, everything. It all goes down over there on sneakersummit.com. Follow them on, Instagram and Twitter as well. Facebook page, I believe, is up also. So that is the event to be at for the summer. No disrespect to any other events out there, but the H-Town Sneaker Summit is just the way to do it. Period, point blank, and that's just how they do it. Twice a year, and the next installment goes out on July 27th. If you have an argument, you got a debate about that, you're not sure, But you haven't been to Houston to experience it? Shut up. Sorry, I have to speak real on the show. I just do. And we got another one that I can't wait to get to, actually, D. Wells. And I'm going to let you talk about this one a little bit. The Boston Sneaker Jam.
Yes, sir.
Going down 2 days.
Yeah, not one.
Not one.
But two.
2 days.
Yeah, 2 big days. This is gearing up to be one of the biggest sneaker events in the Northeast, the Boston Sneaker Jam, taking place October 18th and 19th at the Seaport World Trade Center in downtown Boston, Massachusetts. So, put the dates, circle the dates on your calendar, okay? Don't delay. Don't even front. Don't act like you don't know. Because, trust me, everyone and their mama is going to be in Boston because it's a great time to get your chowder, to get your chubby kid adventures on, and then some, and take in the sights of Boston and what Boston has to offer. It's a Saturday and a Sunday. The 18th is Saturday, the 19th is Sunday. So the Boston Sneaker Jam. Shout out to the entire Boston Sneaker Jam crew. The Sole Doctors and Disorderlies will be live in effect and broadcasting, believe it or not, from the event. So we will be there.
Congrats.
Our imprint will be all over that event. So
congrats to the folks doing the Boston Sneaker Jam. 2 days going down, October 18th and 19th, 2014. You got more than enough time to get yourself ready to get up there.
So yes, y'all come to town. You got a place to stay. We're gonna have a celebration in October. So ATL's finest.
All I got to do is buy a ticket. That's what
all you got to do is get to Boston. That's all you got to do.
Well, you know what? I'm going to make my way. Definitely got to get up there because I just got told by the wife that our 10-year anniversary is going to last the whole.
There you go.
The whole
year.
No, the whole week. So I can't make A-Town.
Okay.
All right. Plans. Yeah, I had plans to make A-Town. What's that?
She locked you down.
Oh yeah. It got a little ugly, so I had to basically back down, and so now my priority is to make this. So
okay.
Oh, let me and you know, to piggyback on that, man, we just got word today that One Sneaker Nation is going to be sponsoring the Dunk Exchange on July 20th to Atlanta. So, you know, shout out to Dunk Exchange, my man Gary. Got some big things working, trying to get some things popping down here with Dunk Exchange, and that's just the beginning, man. We got some other things up our sleeve coming shortly thereafter. So.
All right. Hey Jesse.
Yo.
I love you, but I'm gonna need you to stop bigging up that Red Sox hat for
me. For real.
You mean those hats?
Oh yeah, see he's got them all lined up. So Boston,
you mean those?
Boston,
and he's got a Celtics hat up there.
Exactly.
Do you mean those? Is that what you asked me not to rep? Are you nuts?
Now wait,
crazy?
Now wait, now I'm partially with you because I'm a Celtics fan.
He's a Celtics fan, exactly.
I'm partially with you, and people ask me all the time, why a Celtics fan? You're from New York. Because if you go back and look at the Boston Celtic history, way before the whole situation with Larry Bird and Danny Ainge and McHale and those years that everybody hated, Boston's franchise has a great story, and it relates to sneaker culture too. If people go back far enough and look.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm a Celtic fan, because I like the history of the Boston Celtics, and they win.
So Red Auerbach used to rig the draft, even still, he's still a
What'd you say, he? I can't.
Even though he used to rig the draft like every other year and shit.
He used to what?
He used to rig. You heard me. He used to rig the draft.
No, I didn't hear you. You're breaking up a little bit.
Oh no, I was saying I'm trying to get on the tablet now. I'm saying, how the hell they win the championship and didn't get the #1 pick, man? Come on.
Hey, Red Red was that dude, man. Yeah, Red was definitely that dude. I mean, come on,
That's just crazy, man. You can't do
Mr. Make It Happen. That's what he,
Respect the man's hustle, all right?
Mr. Make It Happen.
Respect the man's hustle.
Jesse, it's one thing to hustle. It's another thing to cheat. You know what I mean?
Oh man.
Hustle.
Hey, we gotta understand. We gotta understand Anita Heat's frustration because the Atlanta Hawks probably won't win a championship until 2025.
Hey, as long as I'm alive, that's all I care about.
Man, I hope you getting your health together and drinking the berry juices and everything, because you're gonna need a long time.
Uh-oh.
Hold on.
He's in multiplicity.
Okay.
All right.
Here we go. All right.
Woo.
So we got done with events. So D Wells, we got a little bit of something to expose here.
Okay.
And it's right in line with our topic for the night. So I'm gonna scroll down to this a little bit. It's courtesy of SGB Weekly. For those who do not know what SGB Weekly is, it is a website / digital magazine.
Yep.
Where you can find out just about everything imaginable about various aspects of the athletic footwear business. So what I have featured here this week on SGB Weekly, their digital e-zine that they send out to people who subscribe. Very nice article and very easy to navigate e-zine, through a very simple scroll down PDF format with some great images and whatnot. Their article to show us this week the power of women in their outdoor business says women dominate at retail. That's the highlight. Women dominate at retail. So, without going too far into the article, for those of you viewing, you need to get over to sgbweekly.com. You can easily do a simple Google search and put that title in. Women dominate at retail, and the first thing that'll pop up will be the SGB Weekly article. I did that a couple times today. And I'm really interested in seeing these plantar fasciitis orthotic insoles from Soft Sole too, but that's unrelated to the article.
No, I did the same thing. I was like,
But, it highlights the purchasing power of women.
Yeah.
Right now, and which is something we've always known because we all pretty much, if you talk about our early beginnings in sneakers and our first pairs and all of that kind of stuff, in a lot of our households, it's the women who bought the first pair or the women who continued to buy and keep us fresh. In my case, it was my mother. In my case, I wasn't a single mom, but my mom was home a lot, and she was more in tune with when I needed clothes and all that stuff that I was doing in school, and when I earned stuff and when I didn't, and whipped my ass and all that. So she was more in tune with when I needed, a fresh pair. So it's like that in many households where the woman is very much in tune with what the needs of herself, her man, and her children are.
Yep.
And I don't think that over the years it's been given enough credit, and now it looks like the trend is turning where people are starting to acknowledge it. So the SGB Weekly article just gives you a quick little snapshot into what executives are saying, in places like the Outdoor Industry Women's Coalition and places like that, where they're really starting to actually put their finger on the pulse of the purchasing power of women. So, once again, you can check that article out at sgbweekly.com. You just, like I said, title of the article is Women Dominate at Retail. Check it out. Hit us up with your thoughts, info@OSD Live. We'll be glad to air them. And we'll be glad to air your comments today during the show, tonight during the show, today, tonight, this evening, wherever your time zone is, tomorrow. And we're looking forward to hearing what you have to say about that, because we've known for a long time that the woman's role in purchasing some of these outfits and footwear and sporting equipment and everything else really goes, unacknowledged in a lot of cases. So what do you guys think about that?
Leo, I think you're. Hold on one second, Leo. He's still muted. Yes, he is.
Yeah,
Here we go. There you go.
Oh, the gremlins got
Hello?
Can't hear you, Lee. Can't hear you. You need a heat. Can't hear you, man.
We can see you. We see you, Playboy.
We just can't hear you.
All right. Can you hear me now?
There we go.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
now
Yeah, we got you now.
So I read this article, Pape, and shout out to Jim for sending this along to both of us.
Yeah,
And
shout out to Chamo, yep, from Come On Unspoiled.
Absolutely. And it definitely highlighted a lot of things that we all already know, but what I did get from it was the fact that particular retailers, these women are saying exactly and telling the consumer or telling these companies what they want. Like, don't just, we always hear this, don't just shrink it and pink it. We want products that are made and designed for our body type. Because just like a woman's foot and body, or a woman's body is different than a man's body, a woman's foot is different than a man's foot. I mean, just the overall aesthetic, but also the build of the foot. So we were finding that people are, women are wanting or demanding products designed specifically for women, not made for men, reduced in size, and sold to women. Women are saying, this is what I want from athletic apparel, footwear, and then obviously we know the accessories that go along with it, be it like in this particular article, they're talking about the backpacks, how a woman's backpack or a woman's bag is, again, shaped differently than a man's, and it's absolutely true. I experienced this firsthand really back in 1988 when I was actually working on a Sherpa crew in Yellowstone National Park that just so happened my mother volunteered my ass to go out to Wyoming to volunteer in the park after the big fire. And I remember some women putting on these backpacks and they're like, well, this is not comfortable. And I'm like, well, actually, once you put it on and you put the harness and you strap the belt that goes around your waist and adjust it properly, you can actually, it wasn't bad. And yeah, granted that we were carrying sometimes 50 to 100 pounds of food to the rescue of the fire department and the fire women and men who were in the back country. It wasn't until I saw one of the older actual park rangers, a female, she actually cut the strap slightly, ever so slightly, and re-rigged it with some, basically duct tape and rope, and made an adjustment so that the backpack would fit this young lady a lot better. And again, the reason she knew that was because she knows that a woman's torso, depending on you, if you look at a woman's legs, in terms of some women are built where they have very, very long legs. Some women have a very long torso and short legs. This young lady, who I was part of the Sherpa crew, she had just that. She had very long legs and a short torso. So she needed the backpack or the Sherpa pack to be consolidated to fit right below or right on her hips so that she can carry this, carry this weight.
Mm-hmm.
I would not have known how to do that. I didn't know that because what? One, I'd never done it before, but more importantly, here's a woman who knows a woman's body.
Right.
And she had already obviously experienced this herself, or maybe a previous volunteer or something like that. So she was able to make some customization, some adjustments to this Sherpa backpack. Same thing with footwear. A woman sometimes, okay, 8 are great. What size shoe do you wear?
Or 8 in women.
You wear 8 in women's, okay. 8 in women's would be a size what?
6.5.
6.5 in men's?
Yeah.
All right. Then we start talking about 6.5 in men's. That's getting into almost grade school, level of footwear. That's different than say. That's different than say a full-fledged men's shoe.
Yeah.
It is. It's that we see it. We see I'm not picking on Nike, but we see it from Nike, we see it from Adidas. There's some companies that don't even go down that small.
Yep.
So we're looking for, and that's a big part of this particular show is, Born to Lead, is women are being marketed to, but are the companies paying attention, or are they finally paying more attention that women want specific footwear that suits them properly, and only then, women are saying, hey, don't try to just sell me on this stuff. These are some specific things that I want. These are some features that I want. These are some colors that I want. Some women do like pink. No knock against pink, but not all women like pink. Some women want the navy blue, the maroons, the teals, all those other colors too, and they want the materials. They want quality product. So
yeah.
I love reading this article. It was just, again, it brought everything from back here to the front to think about it some more, and it obviously was perfect timing to go right into tonight's episode.
Yeah. Well, the interesting thing, if I could just weigh in on what A said about her shoe size and what you just said. A is in that size range where you get to see the ultimate injustice in what's going on with the footwear companies. Because she wears a size 8 in women's, which, of course, women aren't being given, quality footwear in any size range for them. But then if she does see something she likes, she has to go wear a size 6.5, which is technically a kid's shoe. And kids' shoes don't get the same technology and get corners cut on them and everything, as opposed to the men's shoes.
Yeah.
For example, on certain Nike shoes, there's no air unit on a kid's shoe. There's all these, childish, infantile, sacrifices in design that someone in A's size range has to deal with for a shoe that she likes. Like, she likes everything about a certain shoe, but now in the size range that she wants it in, they cut corners and skimp on some of it. So
discrimination.
She doesn't get the shoe that she wants.
Plus, I gotta have some jerk off tell me that it's not for me. Like, that's happened before.
Really?
Right?
Yeah.
Talk about that.
Let's see. How long ago was it? It must have been just when I first started doing stuff with FSF. I started going into sneaker stores buying things, and I'd be like, well, how come this is not my size, or how come you don't, have this for women? It's like, well, because it's not made for you. What the hell do you mean it's not made for me? And why would you even tell me that shit? I'm walking with money, trying to spend money. You know what I mean? So it's just ridiculous.
Do you find a lot of sneakers you like, but they're not available in your size? Do you still run into that issue?
Not as much now as I did back then.
Okay.
I used to, even in high school, when my mother, around that time when school starts, you want to get your shoes together. That was freaking difficult. I was used to just literally pull out hairs because it was just so frustrating. So sometimes I didn't want to get anything new because that's just how I am. I'm very stubborn. So if I don't get what I want, I just pitch a fit. So half the time, I just didn't bother getting anything new.
Man. Well, I know with my daughter, she's in that range right now where she's in women's sizes, and there's certain sneakers that just are not available because she has a common foot size. She's right at 9.5 women's, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't until actually I want to say it was last fall, she saw a particular pair of sneakers at Sneaker Junkies in Providence, Rhode Island, and she's like, Dad, I really want these sneakers. And when I looked at them, they were Dunk. They were actually made for men. They were a men's Dunk, even though they had white, pink, and black on them. They were actually a men's sneaker. Don't you know they had one size left, and it happened to be a men's size, guess what?
7.
It was actually a size 7.5.
Wow.
And she lucked into them. And it was one of those things where, again, here she is. She finds a pair of sneakers that she likes. She wants them. They weren't available in a women's size, but they're available in a men's size. And it just so happened that was the last pair. I said, well, that was just meant for you. You know, I always believe that. What's meant for you is meant for you.
Right.
But that's a rarity to find that. I mean, and especially when you have nowadays young ladies, you know, hate to say it, but it's the fact. These young ladies coming up now, they're bigger, faster, stronger, and guess what? They have to have bigger feet in order to support all of the above.
Because they eat too much damn chicken.
That's right.
I knew you were going to say that.
Chicken.
I knew you were going to say it. But okay, let's talk to the track coach. You know, our resident doctor. You know, Dr. Ridiculous himself.
Mr. Ridiculous Creative.
Hey,
First of all, before I speak, I gotta give him some props. I gotta salute him, because this man was involved with some serious branding and logo work and everything for a boxer who just put the lights out on one of 50 boxes over the weekend. Yuriorkis Gamboa just got knocked the hell out over the weekend by the whole from the
And he's Northo, born and raised, right from the neighborhood. We're extremely proud of him. He put the city on his back that night for sure.
Yeah, shout him out.
Absolutely. The champ, the World Boxing Organization lightweight champ of the world. And that is Terrence Bud Crawford, holding it down from the OME. He had a business. I was fortunate and blessed enough to kind of pay it forward. You know, we connected a few months back just after he won the title, and really the buzz wasn't there like it should be for a world champion. And being that he was from the neighborhood, we worked out a deal, did a little bit of pro bono, did a little bit of little trade, and got him set up so that when he came home to fight and landed the fight here, he was able to stunt the right way. And apparently, I wasn't able to go to the fight. I was actually coaching out of town at the time, but I watched it simulcast. And word is, everybody in the arena was wearing the new logo on the shirts and on the chest. So I was quite proud of that.
Word. Props, dude. Props.
Appreciate it, sir.
So now, back on topic. You, a couple of weeks ago, you and the wife bot, as you call her.
Absolutely. Almighty wife bot, TK.
You sent out a text message to us, which was right in line with what we're talking about tonight, and it was in regards to the serious push and strides and results that Under Armour is getting in your neck of the woods. Talk about that.
Yeah. Under Armour has made a very serious, very pointed effort right here at our new outlet mall, just on the outskirts of town. They had a fairly good-sized Under Armour store, but like we've always talked about, you know, the push with Under Armour was always to use a page from the Nike playbook in terms of style and flash and flair, but a page from the Skechers book in terms of that mid-range price for the modern housewife, the soccer mom. And they did it beautifully. They picked the perfect area to do it.
Yep.
The Under Armour store here at the Nebraska Crossing outlet just outside Omaha is the fastest growing Under Armour store of any kind. So what they decided to do was they tripled the size of the store, and it is now going to be the largest retail outlet that Under Armour has in the world.
Check that
out. They are capitalizing perfectly on that soccer mom culture. You get all the colors you want, you get the styles you want, you get a serviceable shoe that can ride along and has the marketing going with it. The kids love it, and it's at a price point that won't break mom's back. So
now you had something to say about this move about a month or so ago. In regard to what you were seeing from the soccer moms and the MILFs out Midwest.
Yeah.
I'm calling them MILFs just for show
They are, man. They are. They keep it together.
But talk about what you've been seeing as far as that goes.
I'm telling you, first off, you start off with that mom who, she's going to the soccer matches, she's going to the games, it's summertime, she's picking the kids up. A lot of them that I see, at the coffee shops and whatnot, they'll have the Nike apparel, and they'll mix and match. The colors are right on point. If you look at everything that Under Armour's producing, they are unabashedly just sniping colors to match up. You go to Finish Line, you see mannequins that are mismatched because the colors match perfectly, and they know, regardless of matching brands, they can sell you a matching color. So now Soccer Mom walks out of there with that one legit piece with the swoosh and 4 other pieces with the UA. So the price point and the sort of parallel marketing strategy is helping Under Armour kind of. You see those little crustaceans that attach onto the whales and the sharks. That's what's happening. They're getting mad flow off of the big whales, And it's working. It's working. Exactly, it's working. So not just from a style perspective, but then you look at the economy of it. Not just Under Armour's price point to begin with, and the colors and everything that the kids want, but then you couple that with the fact that now they're doing it at the outlet in a larger setting, buy one, get one, slightly lower price point, 20% off. So now you're tripling and doubling up. You go, sure, you want a pair of Nikes, fine, let's go to Under Armour, match up the colors, and get your gear. It's working in all facets. Or you do get those who are head-to-toe Under Armour because you got a shoe that's being marketed somewhat. You got your Cam Newtons now. You got a few other athletes that are willing to rock with it. You're starting to get more and more legitimate shoes. Paper, we have passed some messages back and forth about some of their new cross-training stuff.
Yep.
And so it's they found their lane. So it's not even a heads-up battle. They are going after the economy of the Midwestern soccer mom with the style that she still needs to be a MILF, and to have her kids look on point.
We're really using this term tonight.
I'm telling you, they're going after it. They're going after it with no shame.
Shout out Red Dread. What up, man?
What up,
Dread? Now, let's flip this over to the left coast a little bit, to one of the healthiest cities in America. I believe they're still in the top 10, Jesse. What are you seeing as far as what women are wearing? And now, mind you, I know you have a whole lot more diverse palette to play with because there's like 80 outdoor brands based in Portland. What do you see?
Well, I've been thinking a lot about this as we've been talking about it. And as you know, I got a little bit quiet as Anita Heat likes to say, oh, shit, that means he's thinking. I remember you brought this topic up, and I thought about it, and I think it's important. When we were talking about stocks earlier, and we talked about Lululemon being on the market for Nike or an Adidas. I come from a background of the Gap, and I've also actually worked in a Lululemon. Okay, so I've been trained to have the conversation with women, MILFs, whatever you want to call them, about what the pant looks like on their butt, about how tight it is across the chest, whether it looks good or not, how they feel when they look in the mirror, how short and how high they want to get pants tailored. That is a difficult conversation to have. And so in the retail space, nobody, when I say nobody, none of the big, so Nike, Adidas, or Under Armour, has quite figured out how to have that conversation without the help of women. And so there's some things on the corporate side where majority of the corporate side is men. Men can't have that conversation. Men don't want to have that conversation. Now, you get an articulate, smart, attractive woman comes into a boardroom to have that conversation. You're really not going to get that much attention from her unless she looks like a MILF. Okay? Now, there are women on the corporate side now that are taking pride in how they look and making sure that they have that athletic so-called look so that they can get that cachet on the corporate side to have that conversation. So we're talking about UA. UA is making a drastic shift from athlete to athletic. So UA is no longer looking for the track athlete, the soccer athlete, or the basketball athlete. They are now going for that ballerina, fitness, gym-going mom that thinks she's athletic, but she's not an athlete. Once that happens, then all of a sudden they become the attractive band when it comes to women purchasing that kind of stuff. And so what I'm seeing, I mean, like you said, this is one of the fittest parts of the country. I mean, these women stay in athletic gear all day long, from sun up to sundown. You know, I mean, we talked about the nakedness a little earlier, so it's nothing new. It's you know, it's how you're talking to these women, and women don't want to be treated like, as A. the Gray say, this is not for me. I don't care if it's for me or not. I'm going to sit here and lift the same way you lift. I'm going to sit here and run 5-6 marathons, and I'm going to be able to talk about it tomorrow. I'm not going to talk about my glory days when I was 40, or when I was 25, and now you're 40, and you don't play football no more. I'm still doing it. So it's a combat thing a little bit with men. Right. And also, women are starting to compete with women. So we all know this. Women don't get dressed up for us. Women get dressed up for each other. They go out and they're like, my dress is, how's her look? Well, I got to get another one. Or I got to get those shoes. Or I got to have those shoes. That is starting to happen in the apparel, the footwear, apparel, and outdoor business. And they go to the gym, and when they work out, I got to have those pants. I got to have those tights. I got to look like that in those tights. I got to look like that in those shoes.
To Jesse's point, you look at the holding companies that are higher up, but then look at how they're having those conversations. Lulu, Athleta is blowing up because of that very conversation. Yeah. You know, now you got ladies who say, I got this at Lulu. Well, now she don't have to copy. Well, I got mine at Athleta. Ooh, Athleta, what's that? Now it's not just even competing looks or competing styles and competing colors. Now they're just like, I got my own brand. I'm on this side.
And they're competing with each other for the look. Don't get it. Let's keep this on a broader scope. You know, we talk a lot about these brands and stuff like that. Let's keep this on this broader scope. Lululemon is primarily a yoga brand. There's only so much you're going to do to your body from yoga. Yeah. Okay? So there's some of these other girls out there in that middle age range, 35 to 40, that are doing some squats, and all of a sudden their booties look a little bit better in Under Armour pants. Well, I just paid $200 for my Lulus, but she's got on Under Armours and her shit's popping like that. Nah, I can't have that. So some of that's going on. You know what I mean? You look at what Nike's doing right now. They don't need a Lulu pant. They need an Under Armour pant. They need to make sure that those tights help that booty pop. And tell me, hey, am I lying? Hey, am I lying?
No, just the way you said it. It was the way you said
it. That's what it is. That's what they're trying to do. Like, they, you know, doing the selfies. Like, is it poking out? Is it popping? Yeah, of course it is. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, understanding how to do that with your apparel, how you make it, the colors, what the market is telling you. That's what's happening right now.
Now I have to also.
And don't forget, Columbia just bought Prana. By the way, don't forget that.
They just bought who?
Prana. Columbia bought Prana?
Yeah, the yoga company. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So that whole yoga area and talking to women, there are some companies that realize they can't do it. They're not going to be good at doing it, and so they are purchasing stuff.
They need a conduit. Yep, they need a conduit.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear it for a minute. Columbia brought who?
Prana Yoga.
Okay.
I thought you said Prada at first.
Now, up on my screen is another problem women are facing these days.
Is that doing where
Victoria's Secret? Girl.
Those two gentlemen are actually wearing the pink from Victoria's Secret. 5 years ago, wearing pastry sneakers in the ATL. Look at Heat's face. He wants them to burn in hell, right?
And they're wearing it proudly.
Exactly.
So these guys here, women now have to compete with men.
Yeah.
Clothes in Victoria's Secret now.
Oh God.
Yep.
Yo, first, let me say, no lady boys, okay? And I don't mean that in a sexual sense. I mean, if you're wearing your girl's clothes, bro, hit the gym.
And they're posed like, yeah, we do this.
Like, yeah, we out here, as the kids would say. We out here.
Good night.
They at school or something. Look at that wall. They at school like that.
Shout out to I Need Kicks. So when he posted this on Instagram 3 days ago, I was like, dude, I need to steal this because it's right in line with what we about to talk about. Guys,
he got on some velour pink, and then look at the bottoms. They done twisted them down to look even tighter.
Yeah, he's got on the whole love pink sweatsuit situation, trying to rock it like, yeah, and he got them phones though.
I want to unhear what you just said.
Oh man.
He is just shaking his head like.
It just lets us know that the struggle
is real.
Is real
for women.
That women are competing with some men, some male Homo sapiens for the same clothing. So when you go in there looking for your size and you don't see it, and you go walking through the mall and you see that dude, you're like, hold up, really?
When you go to Victoria's Secret now and your size is normally there and it's not there anymore, go to the next sneaker event.
Secrets from Victoria.
I hope they're not getting the underwear from Victoria either.
We're in a state of emergency right now, y'all, for real. We are in a state of emergency right now.
I'm telling you,
how does that happen? How does that happen? What is it about that made those two think like this was okay? I can't.
To that point, to Jesse's point, I'm all for equality. I'm all for everybody getting theirs. But at some point, there is a need for gender inequality. Leave them girls alone. Oh, my God.
Now, did you guys see my caption on this pic? It says, all I can say is, sometimes the quest to be different fulfills the desire to be stupid.
Yep.
That's all I came up with for that.
Wow.
So women are not only fighting to get their own product that they deserve to be improved upon, enhanced, and get more offerings that make sense for them. The stuff that they do have now, these guys are going to buy their shit.
Yeah, man.
Like, how do you...
That's precisely why I haven't said anything. Ridiculous. That's precisely why I refuse to speak on this topic.
We need to
look. The cologne I wear is called Very Sexy. It's for men and it's from Victoria's Secret. It's a bomb cologne. And even I know that front to back of that store, you got to look like you about business going into the underwear store. So how did these fellas get to the counter with these selections like I'll take those?
Yeah, well, we're living like Dr. Jesse said, we're living in very different times. This, because we really are, because they really talk about the doors of fashion have really been blown off. And people are willing to go any and every way to kind of be different. So it really we've hit an all-time, we've hit an all-time not low, but we've hit an all-time kind of new frontier.
It's okay. Go ahead and do your thing. It's okay. Do your thing. We all respect that and understand that. Do your thing. But this right here is a little bit different.
I mean, think about it. Jesse, think about it for a second.
This right here is a little different.
Remember when Hammer came out back in the day and he wore the real baggy pants? Okay, right? Remember Zuba pants, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Remember Gumby haircuts, Bobby Brown,
Sure.
And the thick shoes from Jeans West. I got you.
Okay.
There was no gender questions about that. None whatsoever.
Let's talk about
Hammer pants, but you was getting some at the end of the night.
What about Zodiac shoes, right? What about Zodiac shoes?
There was still no gender bending.
So,
there was no gender bending.
There were some people that did it though, because I know I had some classmates that were, used to really push it when we didn't have to wear school uniforms.
Okay. But the thing is, like, gender bending has always been around since beyond David Bowie, beyond Boy George. But even when they did it, did it through exactly. They did it through style, right? They did it through a style channel. Like, I'm a
Don't sleep. Boy George, whoop your ass. I'm sorry, I had to put that.
Right? but my thing is, these fellas bought a brand made for women. They didn't take a bandana and tie it in a certain way. They didn't do like Prince and wear a pirate shirt with some ruffles on it. That gender bending has always been around, and components of things. Look, before I could buy loops for myself, I wore my sister's hoops. Gender bending has been around by means of style. They bought a brand marketed and meant for women. It's women's underwear.
That's a nightshirt, dog. That shirt Homeboy's wearing is a nightshirt. Love pink. That's a nightgown. That's not a tank top. That's a goddamn nightgown, son. Please.
It's deep on the taco meat. Look at it. It's showing off mad taco meat.
He ain't got no taco meat. He had it waxed off.
He got the spaghetti strap shoulders and everything.
I want to make this very clear. I am not opposed to anybody doing whatever they need to do, whatever they're happy with. But how old are these cats?
They in school. Look at that.
They're like 17.
Okay, yeah. I don't know about y'all, but I wasn't getting the opportunity to make these decisions quite yet. No. I know if I tried to go to school looking like that, it was like, nah.
Yeah. Well,
I had the Paisley shirts. Y'all saw the picture when I do the throwback. I had the Paisley shirts, but Mom's was in control of that, and there were certain things that was going out the house and that was not.
Certain things that work, exactly.
And when she pushed it too far, I could come back and be like, I'm not comfortable in this.
Dude,
but, you know what I'm saying? This right here?
True.
Shit.
Hey,
let's do this. We're going to have to keep, as we always do, we keep our eye on this topic.
Yeah.
We know Dr. Anita Heat in ATL, he keeps his eye on the front door. He lets us know you getting in or Sonny need to go over there.
He's looking at the screen like it's a scary movie.
Hey, it's looking like we are all going to die one day. Hey, well, hold on a second. One more thing before I pull this off screen. Now, Jesse said this, and I got confirmation. Shout out to my dear Prodigal Kingston, who shot us at Victoria's Secret. She confirmed that is a nightshirt.
It's a nightshirt.
Wow.
I read the catalog. I stamp on my product. That's a goddamn nightshirt, homie.
Hell yeah, man.
All I have to say,
reading the catalog is mandatory.
Hey, all I have to say to quote Florida Evans from Good Times. Down.
Oh, they can't say angel on them too.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, they do. They do.
Like a rhinestone cowboy.
Man.
All right. Okay. So that was our good laugh for the night in regards to this topic that we're talking about here.
Wow.
But okay, I don't know if this is a WTF or not, gang. I'm gonna leave it up to y'all. I'm gonna put it up and I'm gonna be quiet. We're now into the shoe portion of the show.
Okay.
This is the first of 3 shoes that we are showing tonight. So this first one.
If you say Jordan, it's a WTF.
If you say Jordan,
it's the Jordan Mike trainer. There we go.
Why? What paper? Explain this shit to me.
I said I'm being quiet after I put it up. It's for y'all.
Are they getting into the free? Are they trying to be a roast run? What are they trying to do? What is Jordan Brand doing with this sneaker?
Come on, D.
Where are they going with this?
It's a trainer one, so we don't have to think about it being a running shoe or a Roche. It's a trainer with a diamond Lux sole, so it's got multi-directional stability and control on a rug. Okay, so it's made for the football player in the gym or on the turf. That is exactly what it's made for right now. So it's functionally, it makes sense. I do not think the Jordan brand will be able to market it well. But technology-wise, the shoe makes sense. I've seen it in person. It doesn't look like it does on the screen. So it makes sense.
Maybe it's the color. Maybe it's the first colorway.
I've seen it in black and I've seen it in gray, and it's pretty dope.
But this is confusing the market. This is saying to me.
Confusing what market?
It's confusing. Okay, what Jordan Brand is what now? We know Jordan Brand as a lifestyle brand.
No.
Right?
Yeah, but they're making some serious pushes.
Jordan Brand is marketed as a lifestyle brand. The hype is on the lifestyle brand. Do you think of Michael Jordan as a lifestyle guy or an athlete?
Well, an athlete, has been quote unquote expert, right? Let's just be honest.
But they're making a concerted effort to be more high profile on the field. Like we talked about, Eric Kennard, world class Olympic high jumper, is now head to toe sponsored in track meets with a fat ass jump man on his chest and on his spikes. And so when they make a push toward a global sport like track, like ain't nobody around here talking about track until every 4 years, like soccer. So when they make a push for a global sport, they're trying to get that foothold back to the legitimacy of the athletic pedigree.
I don't mean to interrupt you, so go ahead and say what you were going to say, D.
No, this sneaker it says to me, and we know this, once the athlete steps off the field, the court, whatever their main sport is, or their competition, their sport of choice, Jordan Brand wants them to put on this sneaker.
No.
To walk around.
I'll give you that.
This is not a hangout shoe.
This is not a training shoe.
This is not a shoe to be worn outside of the gym. No, this is for the gym, and you should take it off when you come out. You should take it off, and you should put on some retros. That's how you should do it. But it'll be marketed another way. It'll be marketed another way. The way that it's made, and that's what I'm talking about, D. The way that it's made, coming from an athletics perspective, like me and Ridiculous Will, I will wear that in the gym, but I will not wear that around every day unless it's ridiculously comfortable and I treat it like a free.
But the marketing is going to be flipped on its head.
The marketing will be flipped because we know what the Trunner used to look like. They're going to try to market it as a Trunner. So they're not going to make a sandal. They're going to try to market it as a Trunner or a Jordan Free, and it's going to flop, and it's going to cost $20, and I'm going to buy it. So
that's exactly what I was going to bring up is the Trunner, which could have had its day as a legit shoe, but it became the off the court, off the field shoe. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, yeah, that's what I was just going to say. I was going to say that this shoe is definitely the modern day Trunner. And which they've been trying to do anyway, because Tinker designed, and shortly after he was on the show, or shortly before he came on the show, actually, that Jordan BCT trainer came out with the wrap around the ankle strap. Which,
oh wow, I forgot about that one.
Which did absolutely horrible.
Right.
In retail per se. But we can see every now and then they try to throw out that one shoe that fills that trainer space.
Well, let's be honest. What trainer do they have? They came out with in like the last 10 years.
But wait. But that's why we went back to the Trunner. They've been playing around with this space for a while because they even retroed the Trunner.
Yeah.
Remember they retroed the Trunner.
They did. They've
been playing with this space for a while. This is not new for them to put a shoe in this space.
I tell you what though, if they want to sell units, they're gonna do the exact opposite, like Jesse said. It's meant for this. It's got a pedigree. It's got all the same technology, but to sell these, they are gonna flip this on its head, and it is going to be the Jordan Free, the Jordan Roshi. That's how they're gonna market it to move units. It's gonna be the off the court shoe. It's gonna be the off the field shoe.
And that's where they're gonna lose. They're gonna lose.
They're gonna lose when they do that, and the shoe will be marked down to $60 quickly.
Right.
Just like the Roshi. Just like the Roche.
You know,
the Roche is not marketed as an athletic shoe. It's marketed as
no. I mean the markdown that it's going through though. It started out at an affordable price, and people bought it when it got $20 to $30 cheaper.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All up.
So this shoe is going to end up in that same space. I mean, it happened with that.
Okay, so let's realize we're going into the heat of football season. We're going into preseason and early stuff, but then Jordan Brand has a decent stable of football athletes. If they market it correctly and they stay athletic with it, which they have not been able to do over the last couple of years, it could jump off. But I don't think it will.
But we're not buying what football players wear. We don't care what football players wear.
You don't care what football players wear when they have their helmets on. But if you're in the sport and you're looking at ads and you're paying attention to the players that you look up to when you're in preseason, if you see Andre Johnson wearing this trunner in the gym, you might give it a try in the gym.
But that's where Jordan has to get over itself as a brand and stop with this black and white, remember the greatest of all time shit, and do the Under Armour thing and show a body sweating his ass off in this.
Right. No, I agree. There's a lot that has to happen in order for that to happen. And like I said, I don't think it will, but that's the lane that they would have to take in order for this to be successful.
And what you guys are saying, the problem with that is, like back in the day when the Trunner came out, which came up, nobody's taking shoes these days and using them for their own purpose and giving them their own sense of meaning anymore. The Trunner became a street shoe, and it wasn't intended to be. Once people found out that there was that metal piece in the back, and it got outlawed in prisons because of the metal piece in the back that it was adjustable on your ankle, and it became a weapon.
Right.
Then the shoe became the ultimate street shoe until they got pulled.
Well,
yeah, but let's talk about. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, also from a functional perspective, I was a runner at the time. I was willing to give the Jordan Trunner a try because, A, it was a Jordan, and B, whoa, they put a running silhouette in my space? Nice. And they gave me 4 freaking eyelets to tie the damn thing? No, that's not going to work when I'm trying to get it in. My foot would slip out of that shoe constantly. So,
who was the Trunner first marketed after?
It was supposed to be the running off the court running fitness shoe for ball players.
It was first marketed to the all season training.
Yeah, all season
basketball and football.
For basketball. Yeah.
It wasn't it Roy Jones?
No.
Roy Jones was one of the first.
It wasn't just him though.
Jordan that was not a basketball player. And so they needed a shoe. Let me finish. They needed a shoe to show what he did when he prepared to fight. So he had a ring shoe, and then he had a shoe that he trained in. And they marketed around him because he was flashy. So all of a sudden, this Trunner had a pedigree of flash and style. And so they were able to run with it like everything else.
But you know who you saw in that shoe more than anybody? And you're right. The Roy Jones Jr. is right, but you actually saw Randy Moss in that shoe more than anybody else.
Right.
Like you said, he was flashy.
Right.
But it was him. It was Michael Finley. Who else? They had a couple of other athletes, but it was supposed to be the off-season training shoe when they're off-season. That's what it was.
And to that point, I live in the Midwest. Randy Moss played for Minnesota at the time, and Shirley played for Dallas. So that was our area. So I saw off-season, off-the-field, off-the-court training as they were marketing through the Midwest.
Right. They needed to get in on that cross-training thing. They wanted to have the next bow.
And check this out. Now, in New York, we didn't give a shit about none of that.
That's why the shoe didn't sell.
No, it did sell, but we found out that that piece in the back was adjustable around your ankle, and it was also serving as a shank in jail. So once it had a bad boy factor, you gotta get this shit right there.
Gotta get them Trunners, son.
You know, it became known that the metal, adjustable metal piece in the ankle on the back was being deemed a weapon in prisons.
You know what's funny is that is some straight New York up north shit, because I remember a lot of my boys from up top that moved down to Atlanta. I didn't know nothing about that shit, and they put me up on game. That was the first time I heard that was from cats that moved down from New York. I had a buddy of mine that moved from the Bronx, and he was like, "Yo, this shoe was the ultimate street shoe, yo. I was like, huh? Like, no, Randy Moss rock this shit. You know what I mean? Like, because I had a pair, and I love them because I was a big Randy Moss fan. You know what I mean? But when he told me that element, like you said, they didn't do anything but help the bad boy image and help more people want to go get them.
Right. And then what also began to happen was the lawsuits came in behind when the metal would pop out the back of the shoe and people started getting cut and all kinds of stuff like that.
Yep.
And shout out
for those that actually tried to use it as a trainer, you get all cut up.
Yeah, right.
Right.
Shout out to
That's
Wilson.
what happened to me.
Shout out to Wilson Smith, because Wilson Smith was actually commissioned when this whole controversy happened with the Turner. He was tapped to redesign and put the Turner out in the second generation. So shout out to Wilson Smith. Hopefully we'll have him on the show one day soon. That was one of the stories he told me a long time ago, was the nightmarish process he had to go through for the Turner redesign in light of the lawsuits and stuff behind the flexible metal plate in the back of the ankle.
Yeah, this was my Turner right there. That's the one I had.
Well, this is the remake.
Yeah, that's the remake. I had the original one that was a little more open.
Yeah.
But I can't find a picture of it. But yeah, they gave me them 4 little stinky eyelets. That wasn't holding me down for nothing.
Yeah, this was the remake that came out a couple years ago, and this did just as bad.
Mhm. Let me see if I can find another one of them, one of the originals.
All right, so
yeah, man.
So it's called the Jordan Flight Flex Trainer. So it's $100. It's already out in some online retailers, but I'm sure it'll be out all over the place. You'll see it sitting on your shelves very quickly, very soon.
Actually, the first time I saw it was early today. I think it was what's the old boy's name out of Miami?
You saw it in person?
No. Oh, I saw it on Instagram with I can't remember that dude's name. What's that cat's name out of Miami?
Sneaker Box Clyde?
Yeah, Sneaker Box Clyde. He was talking about him and trying to promote him or whatever. But he also, the last little tidbit he left was they're extremely narrow, so he really couldn't do nothing with them because he got wide feet.
Oh, okay.
So in the images on screen here, I think they're on screen. Yeah, I left them on screen. The shoe features hyperfuse and some underlying fly wire right underneath the first layer of mesh.
They threw all their technology in this shit.
I can't front. And it features a Jordan remake version of Free, if you will, I guess. I can't front. I do like that ankle design, though. I do like the ankle design. Can't be mad at that.
Have you tried on the Flyknit Freeze or anything like that yet?
Yeah, I have tried those on. This is Jesse. Isn't this a slight difference on the way that pattern is on the bottom?
No, the bottom pattern is definitely just for Jordan. You haven't seen the diamond pattern yet in any other shoe. Nike cross trainers are going in a different direction. They got an old school kind of turf look to them. If you look at new Nike trainers that are about to come out with Lunar, they're going to have a bottom on them that's got these little nubs that look like when you were buying an actual turf shoe back in the day. They're going to try to make a couple different technologies for the Jordan brand to run with. And the bottom outsole is one of them because the upper is all Flyknit, Flywire, and Hyperfuse. We know that. So that's leftovers. So that's going to be all Jordan. But the Diamond Flex stuff, if Jordan doesn't do well with it, watch it show up in women's training shoes. They've already tried this already. So
I've tried on the new the Flyknit Free 3.0, and I really do like what they've done with that bottom and how it's omnidirectional when it flexes. Yeah,
right.
Nice.
They also put this bottom on that running shoe that they tried to come out with Jordan Brand 2 that didn't go anywhere. So.
Okay.
I actually saw a kid trying to play with that on the basketball court at one of my son's games. I was amazed.
Yeah, okay. Looking for a broken ankle.
He just had the strongest feet in history.
I'm telling you.
All right, so next shoe up, and by the way, if anybody actually does decide to try these Jordan Flight Flex trainers, hit us up. Let us know what you think. info@osdlive.com, or catch us through all the social media outlets that we have, and let us know what you think. The price is $100 to start. Like we said, they'll probably be popping up on shelves already as we speak. And within a couple of months or less, you'll probably be able to get them for about $60 or so. Because everybody's got to move inventory and make room for back to school. So those shits are going to go insane. Just saying. It happens every year. Next up, we're talking the Nike Trophy Collection within the spirit of World Cup here. We need Ada Great to weigh in on this first set of images here because these were for the ladies.
The ladies.
She's not saying anything. Did she throw up?
No, I think she had to step away.
She stepped away for a minute.
Crazy, unbelievable, atrocious.
So we have the evolution.
I can't get with this, Pape. I mean, you got the Revolution, wedge. You've got the Tempo
Sky High.
Yeah.
The
only thing that looks somewhat decent would be the
Shock.
The Shocks. I mean, the Shocks are the only one that, But again, we did hear from Flower some weeks ago that she actually did like her her Tempo wedges, if I remember correctly, probably 2-3 weeks ago. She actually said,
Hey, we need A to weigh in because I'm curious to hear her take on the women's, the Sky High. And
I'm curious to know where the hell they got trophy from. What the hell? What trophy?
Yeah, that's what I'm confused about.
Now,
it was like an acid trip. A bad acid trip.
What do you think of these images on screen for the first set of shoes who are supposed to be for you and your friends and your family?
Ooh, girl. They look horrible. They look straight up horrible. I don't like what Heath said. I don't get the trophy part in those colorways. What is that?
Well, is it iridescent or is it actually all those colors?
It looks iridescent to me.
It says in there it's iridescent paneling.
Yeah.
Because I wanna say, isn't there some iridescence to the World Cup trophy? If that's what it's about?
It's a parallel to that.
Oh, World Cup. Okay.
Yes, it's a parallel to that. Yes.
Okay.
Kadoma, what up?
That makes more sense.
What up, Kadoma?
Yeah, it's a parallel to that. And we've seen some of these same colors in World Cup marketing and everything. For the last few weeks, we've seen it.
Yep, and those that hands logo they got wrapping around on the
So, but this first set of images again, to stay on topic of what we're talking about tonight. What did they have in mind? What did they have in mind when they made these for the fairer sex between the two of us? What were they thinking?
About heels.
About what?
What the hell were they thinking?
What did you say, A? What did you say, A?
I said heels, because that's the first thing. I mean,
Thinking World Cup, okay. And what's the other thing I said when World Cup started and where they were marketing these shoes in these colors? Remember the Miami colors? I told you Latin America. What do those colors say to you?
Brazil.
Okay. End of story.
Yep.
Brazil, beaches, bikinis, lifts, booties. That's where those shoes are going.
And chickens. You can't forget chickens.
Now you know what? Now that Jesse said that, I see that because one of the things that the Shock became a very successful shoe for women. It trickled off with men really quickly, but it stayed a mainstay in women's closet for a long time.
Absolutely.
Very simply because of the shock mechanism looking like a heel and feeling like a heel to a lot of women. So all three of these basically are essentially a heel. That's where they went with this.
Kitten heel, medium heel, high heel.
You got high heel, pump, and flat.
So that's basically where they went with this. So okay, I get it now. Did it make sense to do that? No.
Too specific.
All right, so these come out July 10th. Select Nike sportswear accounts. Now here go another set of images with the men.
He is not happy.
Because
I'm not going front. I like that. I like the Air Force One.
You like the Air Force One?
Where's why did Air Force One junkie leave us?
Yeah, he did just leave, but I actually like the one mainly because it's very little of the erudition. You know what I mean? It's just enough on the check where it's like, oh, okay, it's a little different. You know what I'm saying? That's why I fuck with
that trainer SC is horrible.
Yeah, that's terrible. But like I said, I like the clear bottom. I like the little perforated thing they got going on in the back of the Air Force One. I like the Air Force One.
Be prepared for a lot of disappointment in the Bo Jackson. Oh. They are going to hurt the Bo Jackson over the next few months.
You mean more
I'm just telling you right now.
You mean more than we have now?
Yes. They are going to absolutely destroy the Bo Jackson.
Yeah, I heard they're about to flood the market with so many colorways.
The Bo Jackson, as we know it, will no longer be for sure.
They're gonna put Skechers gonna knock them off and put some on California Chrome.
Kadoma, I follow you on Instagram. You're going to a lot of World Cup matches, and I'm out among a lot of people. Are people going to buy this?
I don't. If you want my take, I think they're playing off the success of the Super Bowl trophy. What was that? The Air Trainer 1?
Air Trainer 1. Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Probably saw people go nuts over that and thought, well, we can do a whole collection of those shoes for World Cup. And I do see what Jesse's saying about them being marketed. You know, it's a more widely accepted sport overseas. So I think, you know, those women's silhouettes really speak to probably overseas fashion more so than U.S. fashion.
Agreed.
The men's shoes, though, are kind of marketed for here. Maybe the first two would be more marketed for overseas, but the bottom two are definitely for here. I don't know. I think World Cup is a big, is still a bandwagon sport in the USA. I mean, we made a big stride this year, but nobody cares about hockey or soccer unless it's the Stanley Cup or the World Cup.
Did we really make a stride? I mean, we ended it pretty much the same way we did 4 years ago.
But we did. I think we did. We definitely did.
They played terrible yesterday. Be honest.
But
played terrible.
No. But it's not about that. You got a folk hero, and you got a bunch of people out there screaming that stupid ass chant. Like it did make
it's catching on.
And they actually, Americans bought the most tickets to venues other than the Brazilians.
Yep.
Now on screen, courtesy of Soul Brother number 1, since we're talking about his pride, right on time.
Right on time. Even though yes, they are.
Those remind me of Kobe.
You know what?
They do that.
You know what? I'm not gonna lie. We made fun. Yes, I will. he said stop.
Right, don't do that, D.
If I could find a pair of these, I would rock the shit out of these all summer. I would wear it with socks, black socks, white socks. Yes,
no. Did you drink all that bottle of sake that I gave you just now?
Scouts honor.
No.
I would rock the shit out of those.
You know what? I believe him because that's the Islander in him.
Yes. I would rock the shit out of them. I would wear them every day with black socks, white socks. We're not here. We wear them all year round.
No.
Yes, I would. I would. Yes,
not letting you do it, D.
No.
I'm hunting for a pair and watch.
No. I hope your daughter is with you so she can tell you no.
She's not here right now. She can't stop me. She can't stop me. I will find a pair and I will rock these.
Hey, the great. We can basically, if I see him trying to buy it, I'm going to have to tackle his ass.
No, I'm not going to tell you. I'm just going to wear them. I'm just going to show up.
Commercial.
I got to send a shout out to our homie Troy Smith out in OH, Ohio. He commented on the Jordan Flight Flex Trainer, and he says His handle on Twitter, by the way, is TMS2787. Y'all need to follow that man.
Yep.
I see that JB's just jumping on the flight weight flexible trainer bandwagon. Not overly impressed yet.
Okay.
So he weighed in on that. Now, yeah, we have the clog posit situation going.
So Paper, you know what the reason is, or the story behind this? So you have the Peace one, which people are saying is very reminiscent to the Air Raid Peace.
Yeah, I'm going to show that on screen now.
That one I want. I would rock the shit out of that piece.
Listen.
Okay.
I would rock the shit out of that piece.
Don't do it!
I'll rock that one. I'm not going to front. I'll rock that.
I'm not talking to you anymore.
Oh, no.
No.
How are you going to give...
I'm with A on that one. I'm with A.
The heat has gotten to y'all.
I'll rock this one. I'm sorry.
No.
How are you going to go with this one? You can't go with the USA.
Well, the USA...
I ain't let you in the club with those. I'll make you stay outside all night. I'll make you lean up on the truck. You ain't coming in with them ugly ass shit.
Man.
You know what? You know my problem with the USA one is it's too much contrast with that. That fucks me up. I like the fact that this has the little piece thing on the front and it's a solid piece. That stars and stripe thing really fucked me up bad. Like I can't do that. I'm a big fan of the clogs, by the way. So I like clogs. I just don't like. I just don't like. Yeah, I like clogs. I fuck with the clogs.
No, baby.
The best clogs. Listen. The best clogs ever made are the Jordan 17 clog. If I ever I go in on them. I love them shit.
No clog looks good. No clog ever.
Hold on.
Listen, when you got dogs this big, you need a clog for these dogs.
Yeah, bro. When you got dogs that big, all your sneakers turn into clogs after a while.
If you wear clogs, you got rusty heels. That's just it.
You better get a with them.
I need something I can flip on.
You know what I love clogs for? It's really like the winter flip flop.
Access.
That's what it is.
Easy access, like
it's like my winter flip. Now I would never wear these shits to the mall or out or nothing like that.
Yeah, you better not.
But flip flop, like going to the store or something like that. This is like the winter version of a flip flop. That's the way I look at them.
This is nothing like a flip flop. There's nothing about this that looks like a flip flop.
Like I said, for me, it's the winter version of a flip flop.
All right,
Pete, I am disappointed in you.
So Pete, let's do this. You find, I'm gonna find this in a size 15, 16 for you. If you
I'll find the USA for you.
And I want the 14. There we go.
Crazy.
Can I say something before we move on?
Listen, it's Bigfoot people going on right here. Y'all wouldn't understand.
Lies.
Can I say one thing before we move on?
Yes, sir.
To D. Wells and Anita Heat, this is the first time you guys are ever going to hear me say this phrase to you. Both of you, ever. I hope these don't come in either one of y'all sides.
I've been told they're not making them. I heard the biggest they're making them is 14. So I'm not sure if that's true, but I did a little research on them. Somebody told me the biggest they're making them.
A phone call tomorrow.
No, you leave the phone down.
Let me know.
Someone getting a phone call tomorrow.
No. Y'all funny.
Yes.
Funny.
That's the first time I said that to y'all.
Yeah. Shoot.
First time I said that to y'all. Ever.
I'll find a black pair and I'll have Fetty DiBiase customize me a pair.
You know what? I am done.
Fetty, you gonna put Fetty to work?
If I can't find them, I'm gonna find an all black pair and I'm gonna have some custom ones done. Shout out to Fetty.
Wow.
Hush your mouth. Hush your mouth.
Fetty might tell you no.
Yeah, Fetty might just say no.
She'd be like, nah, dog, I can't do it. Can't do it.
Can we do it? I'm not going to be able to do it.
But Fetty would be like, D, you know I love you guys, but
I'm not going to be able to do it. I'm just not going to be able to do it.
Man.
All right, so final shoe of the night, once again, or shoes of the night, final images in theme with what we've been talking about tonight.
Yes.
Oh my God.
We're talking about the Sophia Chang and Puma Brooklynite look collection.
Them sexy as fuck. I'm sorry.
Great collection.
We're going to scroll through these images here. Now, to see the disc blaze in a wedge heel.
In a wedge, exactly.
I didn't see coming.
Ridiculous. Are you talking about the shoe or the girl? Which one?
Yo, on the right girl, I suppose everything would get a look.
I was about to say, dog. I was a little curious on where you were going with that.
I'm a Disc Blaze fan. I got special edition pairs. I've run in them before. I love the Disc Blaze. To see that on that wedge, I mean, like, I get that it's not traditional. I get that some ladies just absolutely hate it. But I'm kind of like some of the ladies that we've had on the show talking about it. One of our own even said it. She came around on it and was the first to get her hands on a pair of those Revolution wedges, and they changed her mind. Like, I'm done hating on it because of the irrationality of a wedge on a sneaker. Now, as a designer, I'm looking at the silhouette. I'm looking at the profile. That's a good-looking shoe. And, yeah, the model is working it, too.
Hey, you know what? The thing with the wedge is, first and foremost, whether I don't really care for it or I don't. It's not like that I don't like it or I love it. It's not for me, so it's hard for me to pass judgment on it. But I will say this: the women are warming up to it. You know, I'm starting to see more women take a chance on it. You know, out here.
And we're getting.
And so, like I said, I see that. I see them warming up to it.
And we're getting off of what used to be that Spice Girls cartoony Japanese Harajuku sort of look to it, right? And now we're getting into actual designs on some of them, not all of them.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you on that.
I'm not feeling the disc. I'm not feeling the disc wedge. The wedges, like some of the wedges work and some don't. I'm not feeling the disc wedge. But I've seen a couple posts with Sophia herself in her shoes.
Well, here it is on screen. The Puma Clyde.
I'm a big fan of her creativity, and she's putting together a look. She's not putting together just a shoe. She's putting together a look, and because of that, she's getting props.
Right. Well, allow me to read just a quick blurb here. Courtesy of Hypebeast. It says, for fall/winter 2014, Puma teams up with New York-based artist Sophia Chang on an extensive footwear range inspired by the creative surroundings of Brooklyn. The collection is upheld by Sophia's dynamic illustrations with the New York skyline taking on track and varsity jackets, while an all-over Brooklynite print is featured on T-shirts elsewhere. As for the sneakers, the Basket Classic features a sock liner with unique graphics continued on to the Basket Mid, a premium leather mid-top that boasts a tonal cityscape on its upper. The Trinomic disc also comes in 3 colorways with subtle Brooklynite branding throughout. So that's a brief description. And these are a couple.
It's a capsule. Yeah, it's a capsule.
Yeah. I'm here for that.
That Puma Clyde, that Clyde is dope. That's crazy.
There's more shoes than that.
Yeah, there are more shoes than this.
Yeah, she's got a couple things going on right now.
So here's some illustrations of some of the shoes and the apparel.
See, I would be willing to try this because this is more my personal style.
There you go.
Talk about it, A. Tell them what the deal is.
I mean, if you haven't seen my Instagram, and some of the outfits that I wear.
If that print is on
happy, A.
That is on some tights. Get it to A.
Exactly. So this is something I would definitely check out because this is definitely my personal style. Like that jacket she had on, that shit was just fire. Like I would buy that.
Look at that one right here. That one got a hood on it too. Shit, y'all don't know about nothing like that, boy.
Damn. Yo, I think she gets it. I mean, this looks great. This looks like a great collection.
You know what I like about it is she didn't pander to women with some fruity ass colors and over the top stuff. She gave them some style, some fashion. That's one complaint we always hear from our esteemed ladies is, you know, why this color? You know, did you just assume because I'm a girl that I would like this girly thing?
Right.
She kept it New York.
Yeah, that shirt.
New York. She kept it.
That shirt is hot.
That shirt is
hot. Not only did she keep it New York, but she still kept it feminine.
Right.
I mean, that's my thing. Like, you know, all women don't want to be light bright, and all the time. You know, they don't want to have all these crazy ass loud colors all the
Especially a
time.
Brooklyn
They
chick.
subtle, but they can
There's
still,
not a
they can still be hot.
there's not a whole lot of
Especially a
makeup
Brooklyn
going
chick.
on. All these girls got these little buns going on in their hair, and she got the right camera light. She got, and that was it. That's it.
Yeah,
You know
you
what I
right.
mean? This is what
Yeah.
these girls look like on a normal afternoon. You rolling through New York, you're like, I gotta sit down and just look around.
That's why I like that wedge.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, girl.
This literally, you know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of LL Cool J around the way.
Bell ridiculous before he get his ass in trouble on
I'm
here.
telling you.
Yeah.
This
reminds me of LL Cool J's Around the Way Girl. It looks like they just took a camera and took some pictures and it was all good. You know what I mean? It wasn't that complicated. Just like Jesse said, they didn't complicate. You know, it was just like, look, let's
Kept
just
simple.
film them having a good afternoon.
Yep. Absolutely.
Well
Why
done.
you put this link
Well
in?
done, Puma. Well done.
No, that was me. I had to put that up there. I just
D.
just so you could take a look. Yeah. That's
You stopped my heart. I'm taking it off screen. Okay, I'm
okay.
done. I just went catatonic for a minute.
Okay.
All right, so that was a good way to end the show on a good note.
Absolutely.
As far as product coming out for women. We had a lot to say. Unfortunately, we didn't have a couple of our scheduled guests on that we wanted to have on.
Right. But we did get some emails and stuff like that, so we'll put those and share some of those.
Yeah, we did get some of those, and it's going to go
on the blog. Yep.
And we're going to share some of those opinions because a couple of the ladies who couldn't be with us tonight actually did have some good stuff to say and wanted to share with us. So look forward to seeing that on the OSD Live website within a few days from some of the professionals, lady professionals in the athletic footwear industry and retail industry. I mean, again, I like the fact that thank you for weighing in, and Sole Doctors, thank you for weighing in objectively. Just to piggyback off of last week's episode, number 310, when we had Sol DeVito on, and highlighting New Balance's Elite Collection, which has finally, the first set of shoes have finally come out, right, D, correct?
They certainly have.
So check out newbalance.com for those. Yep. Check out the first offerings. There'll be offerings stretching straight through October, various color palettes of the 580.
I got a question for D.
Yes, sir.
You don't think that they're moving too fast and oversaturating the market with that 580?
580? I don't think so. I think it's a popular sneaker. I think the ladies have wanted it for a while.
No. But Sovita has those 3 colorways, and they spaced her colorways out. So we're getting 1 for the summer, 1 and like 2 in the fall, right? So they're not coming all at once. And then all of a sudden we get this men's pack of these 3 different colors with the Rev Light. But why do the men's pack? Leave it alone. Why can't she have her shine?
We knew this this men's pack.
The Rev pack actually got
announced. Yeah, it was announced. We saw this preview pictures popped up, I think, in March.
Yeah, like it was the end of February, early March.
Yeah, so the fact that you folks that know me know I love the 580. 580 is down.
They're not gonna buy them all. So which one's gonna end up on the sales shelf?
These, I think, though, because of these bright colors, particularly these 3 that came out for the men's pack that came out and started hitting retail and New Balance's website yesterday. These are going to sell. This one in particular, this black, with the plum, seems to be the one that people are looking for, hunting for right now. As well as this one and this one seem to be the ones that are screaming the most attention. But
that one is, oh my God!
All 3 thus far. I mean, and you're talking $130. Is not. You get a lot of sneaker for $130 from New Balance. I will say. Are they
making it in bigs?
It does come in big sizes, yes.
Oh, I'm there. I'm all over that one there. I love that joint right there.
I do think what we're seeing with the elite collection for women is really smart on New Balance's part. The fact that they spaced them out, I like what they did with that. I'm glad they're not jumping them all at once and just saying, here, take them and just hope, they're spacing them out on purpose. And particularly, though, we're seeing good colorways for the seasons.
Well, let me also say this, Jesse, as another lover of 580s. It's one of my top 3 silhouettes ever. I mean, I love that shoe, and it's very hard for me down here to find 580s because most of the big sizes are up north. So the fact that they actually are making more of them, because they rarely make 580s. In the last couple of years, they've only dropped, maybe 2 or 3 silhouettes of 580s, D?
Well, we had the barbershop pot. We started with some other stuff.
No, I'm saying before this year.
Oh, not many at all.
That's what I'm saying. Before this year, in the last 2 or 3 years, they've only made like 2 or 3 silhouettes.
But that's because Burn Rubber has been, the company, the boutique that's really brought the shine back to the 580 outside in the United States. Outside the United States, the 580 has always been popular in Asia. But in the United States, though, it was Burn Rubber. Those cats are the ones that kind of brought the shine and brought the spotlight to the 580.
And see, I love that. I love the Burn Rubber, but once again, it's like an act of Congress for me to put my hands on it, and that's in my size. You know what I'm saying? And like I knew a couple people that were trying to sell it to me, but they were like putting like $300 and up on that shoe. And I can't do that.
The 580, especially the MT, when they did it years ago, in that army green, that hunter green with the orange, that was the bomb. That's it right there. Okay, so it's been out there. But what bothers me is that you have a great collaboration with Sol Vida. You have some strength, you have some momentum in the market, and I feel like they're flooding. I feel like they're putting out too much, too quickly. And the only reason I say that is because I hear brand people at night talk about, New Balance is doing their thing at these trade shows, but at the same time, I can't get New Balance out here.
No, you can't.
I can't get New Balance out here at all. I don't know if they're in LA, but they're not out here. I know they're in Vegas and I know they're in LA, but they're not up here at all.
Yeah, they're out in LA.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're hard as hell to get down here too.
So it's like, what's your distribution looking like in terms of putting out all these kicks, but they're only at certain places? I don't know.
Oh, shit. Damn, they make the biggest they made is 13.
Well, I kind of have to tend to agree with Jesse just in an overall brand strategy perspective, because without putting a couple of retailers on blast that I, have seen them doing this, they've been overloading. New Balance has a lot of shoes out. A lot of shoes.
And they did a lot of collaboration.
Not even collaboration, just a lot of regular GR shoes.
And
you can't do both. You can't have a marketplace full of these heat-driving collaborations, and then a week or two later have 4 or 5 colorways of that same model all over the country. It's not gonna work.
And that's what I see happening with a couple of retailers. I know a couple of retailers who I counted on their shelves currently, collaborations and regular, GR releases, 17 and 18 New Balance SKUs on their shelf.
Damn, that's a lot.
That's a lot of New Balance.
Yeah, that's a lot.
That's a lot. And if you have that,
these are in boutiques.
These are boutiques, yes.
Okay, yeah, that's a whole lot for boutiques.
You got too much New Balance if you're over. For me, personally speaking, just from a consultant basis to a retail shop or whatever, in certain areas, if you got over 10 SKUs of New Balance, you're doing too much.
I'm looking at Nice Kicks right now, and they have 3 different colorways of the 999s, and they have that MT580 that was the blue and the yellow still at full price.
That
you know what I'm saying? So it's like
everywhere.
That shoe is still in stores, and now you're gonna come out with another flow? I don't know. That's too much.
So the concern for New Balance.
I see your point, Jesse.
You know what I'm saying?
The concern for New Balance is, when do you slow down? I mean,
when do you slow down and you don't have an opportunity to enjoy it? I don't have an opportunity to enjoy that the MT580's back.
Well, I think
you're going to have some random color.
I think the 580 is one of those shoes because they don't make no big size. You're not going to buy every one of those 580s. You're maybe going to buy maybe one, maybe two, because for the money, you're not going to go all in. You're not going to buy like the barbershop pack. That pack was everywhere. It's still available online. You can actually finally the 580 has been discounted from regular price 120 down to 99, but you could find it elsewhere for less expensive. I know people that bought that barbershop red 580 for as little as $80. So it's available. It is, and it's a great sneaker. It's a great sneaker.
It is.
The materials are unbelievable.
And that's the thing about the 580 is it doesn't matter who does it. It's a dope shoe. So if it's gonna sit, it's gonna sit regardless of who does it. If it goes, it's gonna go regardless of who does it. But you can't put as a retail shop, you can't just have so much of one brand competing with itself on your shelves.
Yeah, I agree with you. You can really, with 580 especially, you really only need 2 SKUs at a time. You need to space them out. You don't need more than that.
I mean, one of those stores who does a lot of that too, they have so much of a brand internally competing with itself is a store like David Z. David Z will throw 17 different SKUs from one brand all up on the shelf next to each other and be like, hey, you buy, just go ahead, buy. They all here, just go ahead, pick one, buy.
Yeah, they will.
Just sitting there, just all of them, just fighting for it. Me.
Well, that's also a bigger issue that we're seeing with all these sneaker companies releasing too many sneakers back to back. I mean, every weekend we know there's going to be at least 3, sometimes 4 pair of sneakers that are coming out. That how does someone even afford to do that?
Now you're right, Dave. Now I'm gonna tell you this. Here's something that I did for the purpose of the show. Just the other day, Wednesday, Monday, I did this. So those of you, Jesse, Ridiculous, Heat, whoever's done the sneaker tour with me over, in Midtown Manhattan, you've seen all the stores that are in direct proximity of each other. So Skechers has a really big retail establishment right on 34th Street, around the corner from Madison Square Garden. But you all know how hot Skechers is these days.
Yep.
Now, right down the street from them is on one block down, half a block down, DSW, Payless, Famous Footwear, all on one block, right down the block from them. So I counted in Famous Footwear yesterday. In Famous Footwear, which is half a block away from the Skechers store, 30 SKUs on the Famous Footwear shelf. 30 in a row.
30 of Skechers?
30 Skechers SKUs on the shelf in Famous Footwear.
Skechers
lined up, straight, consecutive.
They have.
They had that many SKUs. Golly.
30.
Yep.
And they were all different. It was not the shoe in a different color that's technically a different SKU. It was 30 different shoes.
Yeah, I know that I've given Skechers a really hard time, but I've been doing a little research on my I like to do the marketing research on these things. And let me just say, they have such a presence in that mom market right now. Watch that stock price go through the roof.
Yeah, it's been performing very well.
There's stuff in Us magazine that looks like what are those things? Toms. They got a Tom silhouette. They've got all these silhouettes specifically aimed at women and moms.
Yeah, and they got sued for their bobs.
Their stock price is gonna go back up.
They've got the Toms, we've got the bobs.
Yep.
They got all that in there. So yeah, they're doing what they do best. They are in their lane strong.
They got the Big Mac, we got the Big Mick.
Exactly. Absolutely.
You got McDonald's, we got Whack Arnold's. All right, so finally for the night, everyone. On screen, I have an illustration of a shoe that I just did. For those who know, I'm kind of an X-Men fan. So the Flight 89 is now available on Nike ID.
That's crazy.
That is crazy.
They should have did this years ago. For real, like they should have did this like years ago.
Way long time ago.
Yeah, they really late on this.
So for those of you who know, I'm sort of an X-Men fan. That's my Nightcrawler Flight 89 ID on screen. But I just wanted to illustrate something to let you know some of the options. see what you can do. You can really do a lot to the Flight 89 on Nike ID. You really can. So go.
And speaking of Nike ID, I don't know. Everybody knows I like that KD7. They got some crazy options on that KD7 too.
Now the only issue is, for those of us who know how much the Flight 89 cost originally when it first came out, all us old bastards on the show. The only issue is, which relatively speaking, compared to how much everything else costs on Nike ID, these are a very good option to me at $145.
Yeah, that's very good.
I actually thought they were going to be more than that. When I heard they were going to be on there, I was thinking about 170, 180. So I was pleasantly surprised when they were under 150. I was shocked by that.
Yep. They are $145, and you can do a lot to this shit.
They have a lot of colors, a lot of different things you can do.
Do a lot to the Flight 89 on Nike.
The Bo Jackson is on ID.
What?
Well, we knew that was coming.
Oh no, they really are bastardizing this shoe.
I told you.
You know what? Y'all can thank. You know who you can thank for this, right? G-Rock. He's been screaming this damn silhouette since he started shoe game, and they finally started to let him get to it. I blame G-Rock for this shit.
We could blame him, but this is really boredom on Nike's part. They're bored. They don't know what to put up anymore.
Well,
they're definitely out of touch.
Yep.
They're definitely
they've been out of touch. They've been out of touch.
That's what it says.
They've been out of touch.
So Flight 89 is available. Which one is it? The SC, Jesse?
I'm looking for it now.
Or is it the Trainer 91 is on ID?
The
Bo Jackson is the SC.
The SC is on Nike ID as well as the Flight 89. So get on over there.
They're all under sportswear,
right? Yes.
I know the Flight 89 is.
Recently, though.
I know the Flight 89 is on the sportswear. I'm not sure about the Bodo.
So Kadoma's currently over there right now making some wicked H-Town Sneaker Summit stuff right now.
I might just have to mess with this.
So that concludes episode number 311, Born to Lead. Thank you to the Sole Doctors and the Disorderlies who are out there in the social media space weighing in, giving us your comments and everything tonight. Footwear companies, we know you're watching, so could you please take our advice on some of this shit and pay attention, please, while the shit is free, please? Because we are going to fucking charge you once you hit us up after the fact. Like, it is going to be CTC.
Yes, it is.
Like, make no mistake about it. It's going to be CTC if you come to us after the fact. Like, there's a whole lot of professionals on this show who know what the hell we're talking about. And we're going to make you pay. So while we're doing it for free, just, like, take advantage, listen, make Ada Great and Soulflower and CC, Sierra, and my daughter and a whole bunch of people are happy. And just do the fucking right thing. Please.
Yes, sir.
Ada Great, you get the last word on tonight's show, please. What you got to say to these companies? Final word.
Stop the bullshit. Seriously, stop the bullshit. Put out a bunch of more variety. Clearly, women are buying shoes. It's not a secret. Even magazine articles are doing something about it. Hell, I live in a neighborhood where there's Hasidic Jewish women. They're even wearing sneakers to go running. So just stop the bullshit.
It's real in the field.
Cut it out.
There it is.
There it is.
So D Wells, you gotta start up the party bus and get us home.
It's time to go home. It's been good. Man, we had a great time. Thank you for rocking with us. Thank you for talking with us. And more importantly, sharing your opinion. The Sole Doctors and the Disorderlies are here to serve because we are just like you. We like sneakers, we like leather, rubber, and then some. So make sure you come back and rock with us. This is episode 311. It is officially the 3rd of July now. So it's time for us to say goodbye. It's been good. It's been fun. Y'all come back and walk with us, talk with us, and more importantly, tell the people that you love them, and always enjoy your 4th of July. It's a celebration. Be safe. We're up and out.
We're going to stay on.
Anticipation of what's to come.